Welcome back to Success Mashup Radio, and I'm pretty excited to have Quintin Hardtner. He's the director of the Prevent Distracted Driving Association on the phone with us today. They are an organization, pdda.org, that is doing some pretty cool things right now. They are actually giving away 10,000 free wristbands for students and adults, really, for anybody, but their real big focus these days, I believe, is teens and trying to get them to stop texting and driving, stop emailing and driving, anything that has to do with distracted driving, because some of the statistics are staggering. I mentioned it earlier in the show that literally every 2.6 minutes, a teen is injured as a result of a texting and driving accident, and every 7 hours, a teen is killed. So pretty amazing statistics. We'll ask Quintin here in a second, but I believe those are actually getting worse, not better. So they're doing the best they can right now to really drive awareness and really get people to not just be aware of texting and driving, but to get them to take action. Is that right, Quintin?
That is correct. It's becoming the number one killer of cause of deaths and accidents on the road today, and so we're trying to do everything we can to get people to realize the danger of it, make the commitment to stop doing it. And one of our sponsors, a company called Safety Pal, actually donated 10,000 bracelets because they believed in it. They actually sell a technology that prevents drivers from texting and driving. But they believed in it so much and wanted to help our cause that they made a donation to give away 10,000 of these wristbands. So we're trying to get as many people as we can to go online to pdda.org to take the pledge and receive one of these wristbands and wear it as a symbol of your commitment to not text and drive. So we're trying to kind of jump-start it as best we can, get as many of these wristbands as possible in people's arms so that people start associating it with that commitment, and we can get as many people around the globe, but especially in the United States, to stop doing it.
Okay. So I've got one of these cool wristbands on right here. We're filming, so if you're watching the live stream, it says it's green and orange, and it says "Stay alive, don't text and drive." And for me, it's really helped. I mean, I am definitely a multitasker, so I admit I still do it once in a while, but I'm so much more aware. It's unbelievable because I've got this wristband. I mean, looking at me, and I keep it on. First, I kept it on my left hand, and I noticed it wasn't working as well, so I switched it over to my right hand, which is the hand I normally text or just send an email or whatever it is. So I switched it over, and I'm much more aware, and I do it a lot less, and I think it makes a big difference. So there's a lot of people out there that are younger too. I mean, tell me a little bit about what got you guys started, why you started pdda.org in the first place.
Well, we started it because we just really believe that this is one of the biggest issues today. It used to be drinking and driving, and that's still a very dangerous act, and it's been reduced significantly by all the awareness. Texting and driving is far worse than drinking and driving has ever been, because you can be any age. As long as you can drive a car and have a phone, you can text and drive. It doesn't require a whole lot of effort, like to go out and get beer and get drunk and then get behind the wheel.
Right.
And so it's so much more prolific today than that has been, and there was just no organization whose sole focus was to stop it. And so we just believe, that this is something that needs to happen. We believe that if we focus on, we obviously want everyone to not text and drive, but we believe if we focus on our teens and get them to join our movement and to make the commitment not to do it, that it's gonna influence their parents. I mean, we as parents are just as guilty, if not more, than teens are. But the teens are our future, so we kind of put our priorities on the kids, get them to stop it. Their younger brothers and sisters, we're going to see them not doing it, and the parents are going to look at them, and it's going to be, you'd be hard pressed to be a parent, look at your child being responsible and you being irresponsible. So we just kind of believe that if we can start there, it will spread to all drivers and kids below them. And ultimately, our hope is, that it becomes just a natural, as natural as putting on a seatbelt. No one drives without putting a seatbelt on, but they used to. When I was a kid, we never wore seatbelts because no one wore seatbelts. But now that they put laws in place, people started wearing them, and now no one considers getting in the car without putting a seatbelt on. It's just what you do. So we believe that we can get a movement started, we can get a following, we can get people to make the commitment that ultimately, years down the road, they'll feel the same way about texting and driving. It's just something you don't do.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. And I agree. I actually had my 4.5-year-old a while back tell me to put my phone down when I was driving. And it's funny because we want them to grow up that knowing not even that, worse than that. We don't want them telling us to put our phones down. We want them to grow up realizing that there's no such thing as texting and driving, because it's just like you said, just like the seatbelts are today. So tell me a little bit about what you guys are doing with the teens. What's your kind of method of how to get them to stop texting and driving, and how to get the message out there?
Well, we kind of have a couple of different ways. We go to schools. We have a program set up where we put together some very compelling videos of teens telling their story about how texting and driving has affected their life. We show it to the kids. We appeal to them to consider, joining our cause, taking the pledge, wearing a wristband, and we have student volunteers at the schools that help us put these programs on. They're the ones that are collecting, signatures on pledges and handing out pledges and wristbands, and we're just, providing the support and kind of the guidance of how to do it. And then we're staying, as best we can, staying in touch with these kids through Twitter and Facebook, and making sure they're adhering to their pledge. Because it's easy to say, yeah, I'll sign the pledge so I can get a wristband, and then the next day you've forgotten what you committed to. But we want to stay in touch with them, send them occasional messages, keep them engaged, whether it's through, having a video competition, who can create the best 30-second homemade video about why you should not text and drive, just T-shirt company, who can design the best T-shirt about not texting and driving, just keeping them engaged so that it's front of mind and they stick with it. And over a period of time, we believe that they stick to it long enough, it becomes permanent, part of the way that, their behavior. So that's the primary method that we're appealing to teens. We also go to church groups, youth groups, that type, that anything that has large groups of teens together that we can appeal to.
Gotcha.
So that's our primary mission. Our mission is to get 1 million pledges over the next year, and to present to every high school in the country over the next 3 years. And that's a pretty ambitious goal, but with support of those out there and in the community and volunteers, we believe we can do it. So.
Wow. Okay, I like it.
That's what we're doing.
Okay, so your goal over the next 3 years is to get at least a million people to pledge not to text and drive, and to get into every single high school and church, at least to get the message out there.
Yep, our goal in the next year is to get 1 million pledges.
Next year to get 1 million pledges, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
In the next 3 years, we hope to get a lot more than 1 million.
Okay,
there
good.
are a lot more than 1 million kids out there.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now you guys are, tell me a little bit more about this 10,000 wristband thing you guys are doing.
Well, we really want to kind of jumpstart awareness of our organization and of the dangers of texting and driving. We really believe that by having a visual representation of that commitment, like a wristband, much like the Lance Armstrong wristband. Most people have seen him; they immediately identify that yellow wristband with his foundation. And we believe if we could instill that same kind of branding awareness in people with regard to texting and driving, it could really make a difference. So we talked to the said that they would be willing to donate 10,000 of these wristbands to give away, just to get people to go to our website, take the pledge, and get the wristband.
Okay.
And so
Very
that's kind of what that's all about.
Pretty gracious, pretty gracious. So who's Safety Pal?
Now, Safety Pal is a company that sells a technology that plug it in your vehicle, and when your vehicle goes into motion, it prevents you from using your cell phone. Really neat device.
There you go.
Simple to use. Yeah, families can get them, put them in their car. Keep their teens from texting and driving, keep themselves from texting and driving. So it's a real neat technology, and it's going to help with our cause, but it's not the answer long term. The answer long term is we have to convince people that they need to stop doing it.
Okay.
Everyone in the country is not going to buy a piece of technology to force them not to do it. So we've got to change their hearts.
Okay.
And so that's what PDDA is about.
Gotcha.
And Safety Pal is doing their part as well. And we encourage people to go to safetypal.com and consider getting one of these devices for their vehicle, because they're very inexpensive and they're very effective. But for those that they can't do that, we just want them to take the pledge, without having to put something like that in place.
Okay, so if somebody was out there that wanted to support the cause, what would I tell them if they wanted to support the cause and help you guys really get the message out there more? What do you guys need the most?
We need donations. I mean, what we do is when we go to schools, we don't charge schools for what we're doing. We don't charge kids for wristbands. We give them away. On our website, you can buy a wristband. It's $5.
Okay.
Plus the shipping and handling charge.
Okay.
So, or you can buy, a group of, I think, 10 or 50 or 100. So that's one way by making a donation if you wanted to get some wristbands and hand them out to your friends and family and encourage them to go online and take the pledge. That's one way to support us. We also, take donations. Any size donation helps. So donations are important, and then we also need people's time. If there are people out there that believe in our cause, maybe they have teens in high school and want to be a part of helping to put our program on at their kids' high school, we'd love to hear from you. There's a place on our website where you can offer your time. You can fill out a little form, and it'll come to us. It allows you the opportunity to tell you what you're interested in doing, how much time you're willing to volunteer, and that's important as well, because we can't do this alone. There are a lot of schools out there, so we want to get parent involvement. We want to get kids involvement, and I think with all that involvement and that focus on stopping this deadly practice, I think we will have success. Okay.
Well, I'm going to pass the word. I'm going to spread the word out. If people want to go help support PDDA.org, just go to their website, check it out. If you do want to take the pledge, like I did, and get one of these free wristbands, go to PDDA.org/pledge, and you can do that right there. So, Quintin, we're going to have to get off here and take a break, but I appreciate you sharing your time with us, and hopefully, really, good luck with the cause. I think it's a great cause. I think a lot of people are pretty excited about what you guys are doing. So I know I am. So.
Well, I appreciate it, Keith, and I appreciate the opportunity to be on your show with you.
All right, Quintin. We'll talk to you later, and we'll be right back with Success Mashup Radio with Matt Brandenburg to talk about what is really going on with Google and how to get your name or your business to possibly show up the right way instead of the wrong way. So be back in just a minute.